So picture it, if you will. Oprah Winfrey was just about to launch her show into syndication, and she spent 2 days here in Pittsburgh, and I got to hang out with her. I also had a chance to sit down and do an interview with her. Interestingly, and I think you will agree with me, she was as insightful back then as she is today. You have had such successes. Your show's in syndication as of September, the successes with the movie. What centers you?
Oh, I love this question. I'm centered by God, and by God I mean all that is. There are laws in the universe that are always at work, divine reciprocity being the one that I live by. Divine reciprocity, do unto others the law of cause and effect. And what I know is that everything that you put out into the universe comes back to you in one form or another. Every single thing. And the bottom line is that you are responsible for yourself. No matter what happens to you in your life, you are responsible for it. And I know that. I know it, and I'm grateful that I know it at age 32, and it didn't take me till I was 52 to figure it out. Or, you know, it's the kind of thing that is so enlightening and so divinely inspired once you figure it out, that I said, when I figured it out, I said, this is the kind of thing that most people on their last gasping breath, they say, oh, that's what it was, you know. And I'm really thankful to the universe that I have been able to understand it at this age, which means that I have a few years yet to enjoy it.
To apply
yeah,
it.
Yeah, that's what centers me. I'm absolutely as stone-centered as anybody you'll ever meet.
Who are your role models?
And my role models don't really have a lot now. There are people in my life now whom I love with all my heart, There's a man that I would do anything. I mean, there are people who say I would give my life for. Well, I would do that for Quincy Jones. I love him with every part of my being. I love him. And he is a role model for me because he has taught me not to look for love, but to be it, just to be it. And I think it's a great lesson to learn in terms of love, in terms of finding happiness, success, fulfillment, is whatever it is you're looking for. If you be whatever that is, then all the other things you're looking for will come to you. So Quincy Jones is right now. He is a model for, you know, the way I think people should live their lives, because he is love. And prior to Quincy, growing up, Maya Angelou was a role model for me. I feel that I'm a part of her spirit and she's a part of mine, that we are, you know, bonded, you know, soul sister, Maya. And I'm very much aware of my own legacy as a black woman and very proud of it. You know, blackness for me has never been an issue. It just is. And it's because even during the movement, you know, when everyone else was wearing dashikis and they were, you know, throwing their hair and, hey, right on, sister, brother, black is beautiful. It wasn't something I had to say. It's something I knew. It's something that I felt. It never occurred to me that it was something to even question, or that I, you know, shouldn't think that it was beautiful. It just was and is. And so I am guided by that inner vision of myself, and it is something that I celebrate. And I understand that, you know, I am where I am, not by my own doing, but because I have crossed over on the backs of women who are part of my legacy. Sojourner Truth is as much a part of me as I am myself, and Harriet Tubman is a part of me, and Fannie Lou Hamer, a part of me, Madam C.J. Walker, a part of me, Ida B. Wells, a part of me. And I represent in spirit and in life all of these women. So, I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't be bad, I say. I mean, why shouldn't I? Because I am aware of that. I am no different than anyone else watching this show. It's just that I have discovered that I am a part of all of these other people, that I represent a legacy and a past and a history. And all of that has helped me to be who I am. And so I understand that the way for other people to achieve success is to discover what they already have. You know, no one can give you anything. Once you are tuned into your own spirituality and understand that the greatest journey you ever take in life is the path to your own spiritual involvement, is when you begin to discover yourself and to discover success in your life.
You mentioned understanding your history and how that all plays a part in who you are. Your show is one that is colorless for all practical purposes. Does that make, understanding that history, does that make you more comfortable in being Oprah Winfrey on the show and not Oprah Winfrey, a black show?
Well, certainly does. I think there's a poem by Carolyn Rogers where she wrote a poem called Poem to Our Fathers. And she said, they came and worked in the factories, gave pennies for their day labor, and no one had to tell them they were black. They looked in their mirrors every morning. And, you know, that's the way I feel. I mean, you know, you see me on television, and there is absolutely, unless you are a fool, you don't say, is she mixed with something, Harry? Do you think is she Puerto Rican? What do you think she is, Harry? I'm absolutely of the Negroid race. And so why on earth would I have to go on television to tell people that's what I am, or to remind them that that's what I mean? I mean, I see every day Negro me in the mirror. It is something that I am so comfortable with, and what I always felt that the people who made the loudest voices about black is beautiful were trying to convince themselves that in their own inner spirit that they were, because somewhere they felt that they were not. So it's something that I'm so comfortable with who I am, and who I am is a black woman, that I feel no need to make an issue about it. And so the show transcends color because race is not an issue for me. I am as comfortable, it's the only thing I've ever been is black. So I think, well, for me, it's the best thing to be. It has done me well. And I've never felt, I'm one of those blessed black people, never felt a day of oppression. I recognize that certainly racism exists. It does. I mean, I do shows on it where I have people screaming on the show about how they don't want black people moving in their neighborhood. I've sat, you know, where you're sitting and interviewed the Ku Klux Klan sitting in their white robes talking to, you know, to black me. And so I'm amused by it now, because the first time I interviewed the Klan, I thought that the burdens of every black person who'd ever been wronged in the world were on my shoulders. What I now understand is that after an hour show, the Klan's going to go home, they're going to take off their white robes, and I'm going to go to my condominium on the 57th floor, and I'm going to be me, and they're going to be who they are. And so you can't change it. You can expose it and try in my own way, in my loving spirit, to let them see the love and the light in me. And if they choose to change, they do, and if they don't, you know, they have to live with that.
So who was my favorite interview? Well, I don't know about favorites, but a standout was Nelson Mandela. Part of that is coming up.
Hi, Lynn. This is Bev Smith. I just wanted to stop by to say, I can't believe, girl, that you are retiring. Your voice has been on the air for many categories and for many years, and we have had you as someone who could give us a positive role model for the African-American community. Corey told me I couldn't speak very long. You know, I don't know how to do that. I was going to tell stories about how we had fun after you produced my show, Vibrations. But all I'm going to say is thank you, Lynn. Thank you for all that you have done. May the God I serve bless you, your children, and your grandchildren. Until the next time we see you, God bless.